All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, so coming off of this big win for Erin Blanchfield, she's letting it be known, look, she's ready to get back in there against another top name after this performance against Rose Namajunas. You know, she was able to sweep the last 3 rounds of the fight. I know some people weren't really a big fan of her style and, you know, the performance overall, but, you know, I thought Erin Blanchfield did all right. I thought she did well. And when it came down to it, I had to pick her because, you know, I feel like she's a gritty fighter. You know, she likes to go in there and just adapt and make little adjustments. And she got it, right? But yeah, man, now that she's past Rose Namajunas, she's already making another call out. She made a call out right after the fight in the cage. And she wants none other than another former champion, the former flyweight champion, Alexa Grasso. She said, look, I'll take that fight next because I know that'll lead me or her to a title shot. If she's able to win, you know, she's going to be ready to get that title shot again and she's ready to go. And another recent interview, she brought it up again. So Erin Blanchfield, she's doubling down. You know, she's doubling down on what she wants, and that's Alexa Grasso. And I believe Alexa agreed to the fight as well. So if that's true, then we might have a fight between these two maybe early next year, early 2025. But first off, I got to say shout out to Erin Blanchfield, man, because you got to admit she's giving the fans what they want. You know, she's giving the fans what they want. Everybody's always asking, oh, why ain't this person calling this person out? Are they scared? What's going on with them? Why ain't they calling out for the belt? Well, Erin Blanchfield, she has a plan. Erin Blanchfield has a plan. That's why I like her as a fighter, you know, as well as Manon. They have plans that they want to shoot to the top. You know, Erin Blanchfield said, look, I want this fight next because it's going to lead me here. So I'm calling out Alexa Grasso. Okay, so she had a name and that's what she wants. All right. So this is what she said after the fight Saturday night at the post press conference. She said, I think Alexa Grasso already said something that she would like to take the fight. So I think it's gonna happen. She's another great boxer, just like Rose. I can see it being similar. I feel like all my fights have led me to this point. Fighting against these level of opponents will really set me up. She said, I really don't want to fight people that are not necessarily going to ever be champions themselves. I feel like that's not going to give me the experience I need. That's why I called someone out, someone like Alexa Grasso. Makes sense, right? And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, call outs like that lead to something, that's what you got to do. As a fan, I do like certain fights, certain matchups for Erin, but if it's not making sense for her, then I really don't care either. You know what I mean? Like, I would like for certain fights to happen just on an entertainment level, but as far as the fighter, if they want to call out the best, you know, they want to go for the title, hey, why should I disagree with that? You know, I definitely can't knock that. That's why I say respect to Erin for making a call out and letting us know where she wants to be. You know, and the plus side to that is she's not waiting for the matchmakers. You know, she's doubling down herself. Just like when she called out Rose, you know, she called out Rose last summer and Rose acknowledged it. That was the fight to make, you know, because Rose, she was out of the Macy Barber fight. You know, Macy was out, so she called out. So Erin called her out, and, you know, she said, hey, I'll gladly take that fight because it's a higher step up. So that makes sense. And now with Erin doing it again, you know, Erin said, hey, I want Grasso. And if Grasso acknowledges that, you know, Grasso feels like that's the fight that she needs, then more than likely Mick Maynard and the matchmakers are going to say, okay, they're making our jobs easy, so let's do it. And, you know, this is a fight at the top. You know, it's an elite fight. So there's no other fight that makes sense for Erin right now. You know, well, if Macy came back, then, yeah, I would like that on an entertainment level. But let's be real. You know, does Macy really put her back in the title contention right now? You know, with Macy kind of out of the mix, you know, dealing with this condition that she has. Right. So as much as I wanted Grasso Silva or Erin Barber, this fight here makes sense even more so for both of them if they want to stay close to title contention, right? That's all I'm saying. Like, believe me, I would love Natalia Silva Grasso. You know, it makes a lot of sense for Silva, of course, but on their half, it doesn't make as much sense. So they're not going to make that call out. So if Silva calls them out and they give it to her, then of course, you know, Silva's like, what, 6-0 in the UFC? So I would love to see her get one of these two fighters. But since these two have already kind of singled each other out, then that's what it is. Now, if they didn't call each other out, then I would gladly say, okay, throw Natalia Silva in the mix. You know, if Erin ain't calling nobody out or Grasso ain't calling nobody out, then throw Silva in the mix. But they're calling each other out now and they're acknowledging it. So that's the fight to make, right? So when I look at this fight too, if it is made, Blanchfield Grasso, my thoughts on it, I think it's a good matchup. You know, I think it's good. I mean, it's Erin taking on another high level striker here. And this one here is going to really force Erin Blanchfield to step up her game. Now, the Rose fight, there was a lot of questions answered there. I still think that Erin is still doing some of the same things. You know, she kind of fell behind in the first 2 rounds. She gave away the first 2 rounds. Now, I kind of knew she would do that, but at the same time, it would have been wise for Erin to maybe do a little bit more. You know, like I said, of breaking Rose down. So if she's going to be taking on another high-level striker like Grasso, who throws nice combinations and who sits down on her shots a little bit more and doesn't wait, you know, Erin Blanchfield, she could fall behind again, you know, and could possibly get hurt in the fight too if Grasso is really throwing those heavy hands again, you know. So this is another fight I feel like is going to force Erin Blanchfield to step up her game and, you know, go higher than she did last time. You know, we got to see if she's going to be able to break down somebody like Alexa Grasso. Will she be able to overpower Grasso in the same way, or will she be able to do it better? I mean, when we look at these two, I definitely think that Erin Blanchfield, you know, she's got the strength. You know, she's definitely got the strength, and she's definitely got that type of grit about her that could overwhelm Alexa Grasso. You know, Alexa Grasso, she's easy to take down. You know, she's easier to take down than Rose is, and Valentina proved that in the last fight. So Erin's focus might not just be on like tightening up her striking. It might be more so on tightening up her wrestling. You know, I think she needs to tighten up on both, but her wrestling is really going to be a big factor. The improvements in her wrestling is going to be a big factor in how well she's able to handle a fighter like Grasso, right? And, you know, trying to tighten up on her defense, you know, not just taking wild shots in there like she did against Rose. I think that Grasso, since she's moved up, the way she throws her shots, they're a little bit heavier than Rose. Like, I think her power carried up a little bit more than Rose. You know, Rose wasn't able to really get the respect even with her right hand or left hook in this fight against Erin. But Grasso, I think her hands are a little bit heavier, you know, just because she's sitting down on her shots and she put on a little bit more muscle than Rose did. So I think she's been doing the right strength and conditioning to make her shots even heavier. So that's something that Erin would have to be wise about. So I think it would be, you know, very smart for Erin to get started early like Valentina did by trying to get her to the ground and out-grapple Grasso, which I definitely think she could do. I think she could out-grapple Grasso and possibly submit Grasso the minute she gets it to the, you know, ground, and whether it be in the first round or the later part of the fight. All right. Grasso, she could win the fight if she's able to, you know, keep this thing standing and fight for 5 rounds. And that's the thing about some of these fighters, man. Like, some of them, they do take rounds off. Even some of the champions do. Like, I think Valentina, for the most part, she will fight all 5 of her rounds. Grasso, she has to. I would say she has, but there's been moments where she'll take certain, you know, she'll take like a few minutes off a round, which isn't wise. You know, that's why Valentina was still always game in their fight. You know, I think Grasso is always dangerous, but she doesn't fight. Her and Rose, they don't like fight steady. Like, they don't fight like Blanchfield, man. Blanchfield, she just continues. Man, Blanchfield, even when she's behind, even like when she's behind in the Manon fight, she just keeps going and going and going. You know, that's why she's always got that opportunity to win. So I think that's where another key where Blanchfield could capitalize, you know. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about it maybe on a live or another video if it is announced, like a real early look to break this fight down, you know, as far as like how they match up style-wise. But yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for Erin. You know, she just beat Rose. Now she wants another former champion, the former flyweight champion. That'll prepare her for a title shot in the meantime. Because while Valentina and Manon fight, she has to stay busy, right? She's got to stay busy and get a fight that makes sense. Because let's say Manon and Valentina fight early 2025. Shoot, Erin and Grasso could fight around that same period, same turnaround time. You know, they Valentina and Grasso would be around the same turnaround time. So yeah, you know, that would make sense. The only bad outcome of this fight would be if Erin did lose the fight and Grasso got back into the mix and we'd be right back to square one. We might get a 4th Valentina fight, right? So that would make a lot of sense and be good for Grasso, but I don't think that would make a lot of sense for fans. So if fans don't like this fight, I could understand why, because let's say if Grasso does win, we'd probably be getting that 4th bullet fight with Grasso. So in a way, we got to hope Erin wins this fight, right? No knock to Grasso, but we got to hope that Erin wins this one, right? But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I like this call out for Erin Blanchfield. Makes a lot of sense. What do y'all think in the comment section? Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like. I'm out. Peace.